Cardinal football squad continued its hit parade through the CCIW, cruising at Elmhurst last weekend. And with the Little Brass Bell here, you know it's Wheaton week and time to get ready for the Thunder. Well, you're in the right spot because the Red Zone starts right now. Welcome to the program. I'm Alex Simmons, joined by Cardinal head coach John Thorne. Coach, we talked about the speed matchup going into the Elmhurst game, and after starting out pretty slow, the Cardinals kind of took over and got some points on the board.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. That first quarter was very, very tight. In fact, they won the first quarter 7-3, which made it a very exciting day. And then I think the guys rattled off something like the next 35 points or something. So speed factor started going back in our favor later in the game.
Well, the Cardinals scored nearly every way. Let's go to the highlight. Cardinal D-line doing its best to stop Elmhurst QB Joe Furco and the Blue Jay offense. First quarter, Cards up 3-zip. Furco finds Rodney Payton for 15 yards on the slant route for a first down. Later in the series, he hands to Scotty Williams up the middle to get Elmhurst on the board, and the Cardinals trail 7-3. But the second quarter belonged to Joe Antonacci. After a defensive hold, Brad Crackle looks long for the junior wideout, and he's right there waiting for it. He outruns a safety to the pylon for 88 yards. It's the longest passing play in school history. And he wasn't done from there. Brian Lesore is on to punt on fourth down, and Antonacci is waiting. He fields it at his own 45 and simply follows his blockers. They lead the way 55 yards into the end zone, 16-7 North Central. After Brad Crackle was shaken up, Spencer Stanek comes on in relief. He finds Nick Hicks on the quick out for his first completion, good for 14 yards and a first down. Once inside the 5, Jordan Tassio comes on the Wildcat and bowls his way to pay dirt, 23-7 going into the locker room. Fourth quarter now, Cardinals pulling away. Stanek takes the snap and simply flicks his wrist. Andy Sturzma pulls it in the corner to give the Cardinals 40. They get the victory in dominating fashion. And coaches, we saw there, Brad Crackle shaken up, but Spencer Stanek comes in and, played pretty well. And the old saying goes, if you have two quarterbacks, you have none. But it seems like you do have two quality guys. How huge is it to have your backup come in and really provide such a pretty steady performance?
It was great. I mean, Spencer went 7 for 7 throwing the ball, and that was huge. Brad, after he got hurt, was having a hard time throwing it with the right fundamentals, and so the ball kept hanging high. So he'll have that straightened out by this Saturday, and Spencer will be ready also, and we hope that we get a chance to use them both again.
And I think it's no secret who our game-changing performance is this week. Joe Antonacci, you just look at these eye-popping numbers, 239 all-purpose yards, a couple big punt returns. He was a guy that really put his stamp on the game. Have you ever seen a guy just affect a game like this?
Well, yeah, we've had some guys do some good stuff over the years, that you just say, wow, how'd they do that? But this was really something that the ball that Brad threw him on that long touchdown pass right there, the wind caught it, and he had to duck his head down and just run like 4 or 5 extra hard steps, look back up, and he still adjusted to it. It was a beautiful catch. And the guys did a wonderful job blocking for him on these 2 punt returns. And he took one all the way to the house, and the other one got tracked down on about the 4-yard line. I mean, those are pretty huge plays that really changed the scoring of the game. This one, the official blew the whistle, but it was to tell you it's time to run the play. So all kinds of guys stood still for a while. It was the funniest play I think I've seen for a long time. And we almost took this thing all the way also.
And it looks like, with both of those returns, you talked about the blocking and those guys setting things up. How much does it, as you, the guy that coaches these special teams units, that Joe, it's no nonsense with him. He's kind of a one-cut-and-go runner, and if you have that blocking set up, he's really going to use it.
You know, he made some very nice decisions, and the guys did a great job of peeling back and setting up the wall for him, and they worked together very, very well. There wasn't even close to anybody blocking people in the back, and which is always very hard on punt returns. It's really hard to get the right angle and be able to block people without the yellow flags coming out sometimes. So it was great. It was so much fun to watch it, and the whole sidelines got excited, and all the guys they were ready for one to go the distance.
Definitely, no doubt about it. And the defense, once again, continues giving out an effort that we're starting to expect from 6 sacks, negative 34 yards rushing, solid against the pass. How nice is it to have this unit be so dependable when maybe the offense doesn't start out so great like we saw on Saturday?
Well, we were playing against the number 2 rusher in our conference, and he's a very, very good running back. And he had 10 carries for 0 yards. That's pretty amazing. Our D-line just keeps doing some fabulous things, and that allows our linebackers and defensive backs to really just concentrate on let's stop the pass, and we'll just pick up any ball carriers that happen to get through the line of scrimmage, So our linebackers played very, very well, and the defensive backs, great pick by Derek. We've been waiting for him to have one all year, and he runs it back 30 yards, and then he looked at the film and said, "Hey, Coach, if I would have cut back, I might have gone all the way," So it was a fun day for everybody.
And you alluded to it there a little bit. The defensive line has just been playing so well so far this year. And does that really free up what you guys can do with the linebackers, the secondary, as far as coverages, being able to mix things up, maybe go man, go zone, do a lot of different things?
It really does. But Stu and I were talking on the way over here today that it's ruined all of our interception opportunities, however, because there's so much pressure on the quarterback that they don't even try and throw it to a receiver on 2, 3, maybe 5 passes every ball game. They're trying to throw it away to avoid the sack. Well, those are hard things to intercept. So our interception numbers are lower than we thought they would be, but our overall defense against the pass, and especially when you add in we're number 2 in the nation in sacks, has just really made the defense tough against people that want to throw the football.
Definitely. Well, this week's matchup promises to be a good one. The Cardinals are heading to Wheaton to play for the Little Brass Bell and a CCIW championship. The implications of this matchup is the subject of this week's What's the Word?
I think they're the best team in the league, without question. I mean, Wheaton's a good team, so you can never say one team's going to win. But with the speed they have and the defense they're playing with, they're running the ball well. It's going to be a heck of it. It's always a Wheaton North Center game is exciting every time. But people are going to have a hard time dealing with the speed of this team.
We're already getting ready. We're already getting started. Coach Thorne's already got his chant out, keep the bell and get the bell back. So we're really excited, and we just cannot wait to get out there. It'll be a high-intensity, real fast game.
I don't think you're going to see us more focused than you will have all year. Wheaton's always a big game for us in the first place. It's right across town. Get a great turnout, and it's going to be a fun game. Hopefully we can entertain the fans and come out with the victory.
If you're not jacked up for this week, something's wrong with you. Wheaton's the biggest game that we're going to have this, especially because whoever wins it gets a ring and gets to the playoffs. I mean, we know how important of a game it is. In the last couple of years, it's come down to that game to get the CCIW championship and get to the playoffs. So we know this is a really big one, and we're going to prepare.
Coach, this is a matchup each college has circled on the calendar, and it seems like the stars are aligning here, not only for the trophy, the regular rivalry game, but a de facto CCIW championship game and an automatic playoff berth on the line. Are you guys worried about maybe getting almost too amped up, too excited for this one?
Well, no, I hope not. We love to play the best teams on our schedule, And if we could play Wheaton 3 or 4 times a year, I know they would love it and we would too, because they're always great games. They're big crowds. There's lots of good football. It's very exciting, and the fans make a lot of noise and really enjoy it. So we're very, very excited about getting there on Saturday, and I know the Thunder will be also.
And as we look at this Thunder squad, the most glaring point is the secondary. 19 interceptions in 8 games. Tyler Langs has 6, 3 last week against Augie to get the CCIW Defensive Player of the Week. I'm sure taking care of the ball has to be a priority against this opportunistic defense.
Oh boy, absolutely. Those are huge numbers, 19 picks, and we're not even at the end of the regular season yet. So we do have to really watch what we're doing with the football. Not only interceptions, but also taking care of it as a running back. We can't have fumbles and so on. And this is a game where our defenses, they know, hey, we need to get more than just tackles. We've got to get turnovers. We've got to force fumbles. We've got to get a couple picks. And special teams is huge every time we play Wheaton. I mean, they're great at punt return. We're good at punt return. So hopefully we can win that punt return battle as we force each other to punt a few times.
And, for maybe the regular fan that's planning on going north to watch the game on Saturday, just what's the one matchup you think that really people need to be focusing on when you guys line up on defense against this Wheaton offense?
Well, Freddie Ellis is very, very fast for them, and he's been a great receiver for them for the last 3 years. If you make a mistake, he's going to get behind you. And now it's up to the quarterback, can he connect with him. Otherwise, though, you have to stop their run. They're a power running team. They're going to run the ball a whole bunch of times, and you got to prove that you can stop it. So those are the 2 key things that we're worried about. And their quarterback is very mobile. He actually has 6.6 yards per carry, which is the leading yards per carry of all the running backs, which is unusual. It's a lot like the quarterback from Wesleyan. You know? So we've played against a quarterback like that. We did okay that day. Hopefully we're going to have a good day against the Thunder also.
Well, hopefully the Cardinals can bring him down. We're not even close to being finished yet. After this short timeout, Coach and I will be joined by some Little Brass Bell Game veterans to get you ready for Saturday. Stay with us.